Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel here. So in today's video, man, what I have for you guys is a best controller setting video, man. It's gonna be a quick little video, and I'm gonna go through my settings. Basically, a lot of you guys been asking, man, my best controller settings for a minute now, and I see you guys commenting on my video. I've been answering to you guys. I was gonna do one soon, and here it is, man. So I'm gonna go through my settings, man, the best controller settings for Warzone, and it even affects for multiplayer. If you guys are wondering, there's still a couple of settings that are gonna be exclusive for Warzone that is gonna be better for that, but in general, it's the same settings for both. I use both settings, and there's just like one setting that I'm gonna talk about later that I switched from multiplayer to Warzone. But yeah, so I really hope you guys are gonna enjoy today's video, man. And if you do, be sure to drop a like, man. And if you're brand new to the channel, man, be sure to subscribe. We're getting closer and closer. We're 100 off of 2.5k, which is totally insane. But without wasting any time, I'm gonna show you guys my settings. Alright, so for you guys that were wondering my settings, basically, I'm going to go through every single section from controller, general, audio, basically every single settings that you guys can copy or even take bits and parts. And there's one thing I want to tell you guys before I start is you want to be comfortable with your settings, alright? You don't want to have settings that you're not comfortable with, like too high of a sensitivity. You want to adapt to it, alright? You want to change like slowly but surely to be able to adapt, because muscle memory is a hard thing to change. I've played stick and move for the past like 3 years, and I changed tactical, and it took me like a couple of weeks to adapt, but I did change it back in the beta, and I got used to it now. So it's really about being comfortable to class it up, and that's the most important tip I can give you guys. All right, and yes, without wasting any time, and I'm gonna show you guys my settings. Basically, for the button layout, like I said, I played tactical. I've played stick and move for the longest time, but I think boots on the ground, tactical is very useful, especially in this game. Slide canceling, man. If you guys don't know slide canceling, I'm gonna give you guys an example on screen right now. It's basically just sliding and canceling, and basically with tactical, it's so much easy to do. You don't need to move your hand off your joystick to do it. Basically drop shotting and slide canceling everything. You know, if you guys watch me on stream, you guys know I'm a big fan of doing that. So I think tactical is a great thing for that. But there's a lot of good button layout. Like I said, man, being comfortable in one. There's no button layout that is better than the other. It's basically they all have the pros and cons. And basically tactical, you know, crouch and all that is all from the joystick, which is super useful. All right, and I won't lie to you guys, I do use a scuff controller. I currently don't have my scuff controller right now because it's getting fixed, but I usually use a scuff where I jump with one of my paddles, but I've always been jumping with an X, so it's not that much of a con, you know. And I think tactical is great for scuff and without scuff. A lot of pros been doing it before, and I think it's very useful. All right, so for the stick layout, invert vertical look is by default. The dead zone. The dead zone is a brand new thing in the settings, if you guys were wondering. It's basically like the your inner range of the joystick, like what does it capture. Now if you do like little movements, sometimes it doesn't capture. You can play with that with the dead zone, like how much far, like the inner range of it you want to capture. It's pretty hard to explain, I won't even lie to you guys, but if you guys want to play with that, and if you guys get stick drift, you can increase this like every single time you have a stick drift, you know. I increase it by 1, or I put it down 1, and it seems to fix it a little. All right, and for the sensitivity, guys, I play 1010. I think 1010 is a great, like, decent sensitivity. I play both the same. I know people have like a lower horizontal and a higher vertical, but I like keeping it the same, 1010, and that's really being comfortable with it. All right, sensitivity, I can't tell you guys what's the best sensitivity. It's really what you feel like. I really feel like you need to have something between like 8 and like 14. If I know some people are very good at 20, but that needs like multiple years, multiple months of getting used to it. But I think something between 8 and 14, like the one you're most comfortable with, is gonna be decent. So yeah, so I did not change my ADS sensitivity for low zoom and high zoom. I try to play with it, but in my opinion, the 1:1 is the best for that. Now this is one of the settings, the aim response curve type. A lot of people did not change at all. They stay on standard. If you guys want to change the dynamic, man, the dynamic helps a lot with the aim. I don't know how to explain it precisely how it works, but you're gonna see a difference when you're gonna change the dynamic. It's gonna help a lot. All right, that was one of the settings that a lot of people were bugging me to change, and I didn't do it, and I changed it like a couple months ago before Warzone, and it helps a lot. All right, so if you guys want to try that out, even that or linear, it's really up to you guys, but in my opinion, dynamic is the best one. So yeah, so aim assist is the standard. Weapon mount is one of the settings that I did not see anybody else have like I have. Is the ADS to it's double tap ADS basically right here. When you want to mount, I'm gonna put an example on screen right now. Some of you guys like aim down side and press circle to mount, and mine does not take your thumb off your joystick, which is very crucial. All right, in Warzone you always want to be ready to aim in and everything, move, you know. So keeping your two thumbs on your thumbstick is very, very important. With mounting with the double tap ADS, you basically only need to approach a wall and double tap, and you can aim in. You can mount the wall or like mount an object. So yeah, so that's very, very useful in my opinion. That's one of the things that I didn't see anybody use. That was a very, very useful tip in my opinion. So what else do I have that is very important is the contextual tap. As use, reload, behavior, as you guys can see on the screen right now. Contextual tap is getting more and more popular. A lot of people have been talking about it now, but when Warzone started, not a lot of people use it, and I still show people the settings and they still don't have it, which is very, very important in Warzone. All right, this contextual tap basically allows you to only tap to pick up a weapon instead of holding it take you a lot of time. Basically, if you open a chest and there's like 4 items and you need a hold for every single one of it, you can be there for like a good 20 seconds picking up stuff. But with contextual tap, all you need to do is spam square, pick everything up, keep rolling. You know, Warzone is about like being quick and contextual tap helps with that. You know, if you're getting shot at and you need to pick up a quick weapon, you know, you tap square, pick it up instead of holding it and everything. So yeah, that's the setting I changed from multiplayer to Warzone. Basically, you need to hold to reload, and that's what the one thing with contextual type that you need to get used to it. But aside from that, it's very, very useful. Alright, so we're not in the general section part, and everything is basically by default in this section. I know brightness is not by default, but these are just like personal settings. That's really up to you guys, like colorblind and brightness and all that. There's just a couple of settings that you guys want to change, and basically motion blur is one of them. As you guys can see on screen, there's world motion blur and there's weapon motion blur. If you guys want to turn that off, man, it would be a great idea. All right, you guys are gonna notice a great difference. Basically, if you want to like if you want to turn around quick, right, you're not gonna see like all you're gonna see is blur the whole way through it. But with this, you're gonna see some clean images the whole way through it, some clean frames, if you want me to say like that, with it disabled. And in my opinion, man, motion blur hurts my head. I don't know why, but it does hurt my head, and I in every single Call of Duty I remove it, and in this game they remove also weapon motion blur, which is great. So having both disabled, you guys gonna notice. If you're still playing with motion blur, you're gonna notice how clean it is, and you're gonna thank me for it after, I promise. And yeah, so another thing is the minimap shape. You can change it from round to square. Square is a lot bigger, you can see a lot more further distance, which in my opinion, I don't get the point of having a round map. If you can see more on the square map, it doesn't take more on your screen in the top left corner, you know. But the minimap rotation is by default enabled. Some people like it not to move. I don't know how that works. Basically, like if you rotate, the minimap doesn't. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I like it when it rotates. So yes, for the rest of the settings, it's pretty much at the default. There's one last setting I want to show you guys, and it's an audio boost slow. All right, a lot of people still play with like the default one. I'm not sure which one's the default, but I play boost slow. You can hear a lot more of the footsteps with boost slow. If you guys did not know that, you can hear a lot more with this. All right, but default, yes, you like it makes a clear sound. Boost slow, the sounds are a bit different. You just gotta get used to it, but you do hear the footsteps a lot more, and in Warzone I think it's very, very crucial. I know sometimes I like to switch back for default and in multiplayer, but boost slow for Warzone, I'm telling you guys, it's super, super good. And yeah, so if you guys want to copy also my my music and my dialogue volume, that's really up to you guys. That's just by default for streaming and everything. I don't want to have like that high music and everything. I do want to keep that dialogue and that effect. Basically, that's everything in game, the call outs, and that's for let's say if he throws a C4, that's the effect thing. So yes, that's pretty much like all the in-game settings. So yes, that pretty much covers it, guys, for my settings on controller. If you guys got any question, man, on why I put certain types of setting, if I didn't make it enough clear, you guys can comment down below, man. I'm really glad to help you guys. Basically, like the point of my YouTube channel is to help you guys become better players at the end of the day, by making class setup settings and all that. I do want to show like some cool gameplays that I got with it, but like I think the principle of it is to help you guys get better at the game. So yeah, man. So like I said earlier, man, if you guys enjoyed today's video, man, be sure to drop a like. And according to the stats, man, 80% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. If you guys can smack that subscribe button, man, I would appreciate that. And aside from that, man, I'm gonna catch you guys later, man. Peace out.